airplane thing you do, reconstruction, aren't those a bunch of those people vets or
Yeah, some are. Some one of the main guys worked on uh same kind of planes I did, only at Portland. He's a sheet metal, really qualified for. But mostly people are just World War II fanatics.
uh,
Did you ever get that one gusset built that you've been working on for a couple of years, Mike? Get the specs to that thing.
Yeah, I worked one long. Should have taken less than a month, and it took me about 3 or 4 months.
what's a gusset?
It's just a little metal tie-in piece that holds some a longeron to a
Yeah,
frame.
it's for control with cables and stuff. And then one old guy, I think he's about ready to die. Um, he made one, and I thought it was a shitty job. Yeah, this will work. You know, you know, at the angle, and you're supposed to, how many degrees in the angle. You have a bunch of gauges. The angle should be like this or like
Bend
that.
allowance and all that shit.
Yeah, and he just kind of just, yeah, this will work. And everybody else, he said, no, this is George. And George says, okay. George, he's a unique. His dad, uh, his dad was a pilot, and his pilot's license was signed off by one of the Wright brothers, like number 17. Pilot.
What?
Yeah. And George is saying, and he's flown. He was in the Confederate Air Force or Community Air Force now, and he's flown just about everything. And he said he's at an air show one time, and he said, "Can anybody fly a B-24?" Well, yeah, I can. So they're doing formation, fighters and all the military planes are going around, and he was doing the same thing. Swinging like that and everything like that. And after the show, the guys, B-24s really aren't made to do things like that. And then he asked him, well, how many hours do you have in a B-24? About an hour and a half. Yeah, he had an old Stearman, and he said, I have to sell it. Oh, I can't get in anymore. You're just about a cripple. Pretty sad.
That's a problem with a lot of these airplanes. I mean, these little guys I work on, to get in and out of these cockpits are a motherfucker, man.
Yeah. Well, like the Bonneville race car, we went there a couple years ago. Taylor, Mary's son, and I. And well, one of the things is, they'll check everything's okay with the thing, but you got to have a bailout procedure, so you can get in and out if you have a wreck pretty easy. Well, Taylor just kind of hopped right out, unbuckled everything, hopped out, and I was struggling. And everything. The scrutineer came up to Taylor and said, "Don't let the old man drive." I already planned I ain't gonna.
You're talking about that 200 mile an hour
Well,
that I was
186,
gonna.
186.
Mm.
But I've done some improvements, and we went down there last summer, and I thought I made the roll card, the roll cage better. It said, no, this ain't. It's better than it was last time. Well, it ain't good enough. So we just drove down there and drove back.
Wow.
It's kind of a bummer.
That's the one that I was going to drive, right?
Could have been, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because they were, at that time, they were still working on, I don't know, some wiring or something to the dash, or trying to fine tune the carburetors or something. I don't remember what it was, but it wasn't ready. And I wasn't ready either. I probably wouldn't have hopped in that fucker.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like you're parachuting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
oh, no, I won't.
the day we went out there and I was going to do it, I was drunk.
Oh.
But the next day that we went out there, or whatever, a couple days later, when I could have, I was sober, and I'm like, "Fuck that."
Why? It's a tandem one.
It was just a fear.